All right, we are live, I believe. Waiting to see if everything's working. And you know what? We're gonna put this way, move everything around, and make sure everything's squared up. We're done Call of Duty now for a bit, so we'll go ahead and start mapping. I might go in and take a look at what we have on Xbox later tonight, just to see if anything news come out that we are unaware of. I think this is the one I want to wear. Where'd my other one go? Is that it? There it is. Those XP pens are a little bit small. Yeah, our glove. Alrighty. So we're looking good, I think. Just take a moment. Tessa's just itching like crazy. I think we need to change her allergy medication. All right, we're good. So let's go ahead and flip. And I need to look at Vanrakdoom. I'm going to put that up there. Be able to see everything here. All right, so D&D Beyond. Source Mad Mage. 18. Not feeling super committed to redoing every Mad Mage map in our newest style. Oh, and I need my reference map up, so let me pull that. All right. I always hope that it's going to show up over here since we use that all the time to open our stuff, but no, just not a thing. I'll probably only be on for about an hour. Got to go in and throw a shepherd's pie together and make that for tonight. Dad basically goofed off all day. Spent like 3 hours at the range fixing my swing. Feel pretty good now about our golf swing, so we're happy. Let's see. Looks like we're not missing many frames. We're looking good. Good, good. All right. So let's pull up the actual map and let's do this thing. So last time we stopped in this room right here. So I'm going to do nothing apparently. Let's take a look at our Huey on driver. I updated my driver. Why is this not working? Oh, you know what? I know why. Maybe. Yeah, we had it on adjusting the brush. That makes a big difference. We still need to do a title on this. We got a few things to do. And what the hell just happened here? There we go. So this room 10. See, it's like 10 of 33 or 34. We got a ways to go to get this thing done. But this room, we placed these. The way it describes it is, you know, there are wall sconces, which generally means there's an indent in the wall, but I decided to put a small shelf and we'll place the candles on those. And that's going to be our lighting. Now, these candles will give off a purple glow. And what I'm probably going to do is do most of the lighting inside of the virtual tabletop instead of worrying about doing the lighting inside of the map. We're going to give an indication of that purple glow off the candles, but these will be black wax candles, so we need to make those. And then we also need the stone pillars to have lines of black energy running between the pillars and the cloud. So I'm thinking the way to do that might be to kind of generate some type of lightning effect. I don't know how we're going to do it. If I was still using Clip Studio, I have a brush for that. I don't have a brush for that in here, so we'll get it done one way or another. But let's go ahead and make a black wax candle, or a couple of. You know what? We're just going to do one. I'm not going to overdo it. So, black stone pillar. Black wax candle. That'll be right in here. So, tell you what. Let's just pick a brush. And I think what I'm going to do is we're going to indicate it's black wax, right? We're going to keep it over here on the hue. We're going to go a little bit lighter. And then we're going to make sure we don't. All right, we have a hard round brush. This is going to be rather big. Why is that doing that? I should be flowing at 100%. And it's not. Look at that. See how it's kind of see-through there? So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. That's our... coming off not the way we want it to. Tell you what we're going to do. Let's... Oh, you bastard. I hate that. I think I said that as a grid. Yeah. So we're going to want it to be right in here. And we'll have a little bit of a drip down there. Maybe a little bigger bit of drip over here. And that'll be our black wax. So we'll do that. We'll use our fill tool. And then we're just going to create some lines. Candle base. going to do 3 layers like we always do. We'll do, helps if I can spell. Jeez Louise. Shadow, that'll be multiply. It's going to pop up. Highlights and lines. Lies. It's all lies. There we go. Let's start with our lines. So we're going to need that to be pure black. We're going to, that's still our hard round brush. Let's adjust brush size. We're going to first add our FX, which will be our stroke. We'll take that stroke at 4 pixels, make it black. Oops. Let's undo that. We need that to be on the base. Four is a little big, I think. Let's see what 2 looks like. Might be acceptable. And then let's go here. See our highlights. We generally use a screen layer. And lines are just a normal layer. So let's go ahead and deselect. All right, so we're going to want this to kind of, oh, this is lines, I'm doing the wrong thing. Normal, 100, 100, flow, we're good. And we're going to figure this is like a hand-poured candle. It doesn't need to be pretty. It just needs to be a candle. Just needs to be a candle. All right, then we're going to need like a little dip in here. I think we might actually tone this line down just a little bit and kind of go like that. And to show that it's kind of been melting down, we'll create a deeper shadow right in here, create a little bit of highlight over here, and then we'll go ahead and do everything else we need to do to make this thing look like a damned candle. So first let's bring our shadow layer in for this, switch to our soft round, take its size up. We're going to bring this way down, maybe about 30%. I don't know. We'll decide. And let's just go pure black. There. Let's pull a highlight. Come up about like that. Now it's starting to look like it's got a little bit of depth there. I need to check these brush settings. Guess I do want that. We're good. Tiny, how's it going? All right. Kind of go there. It's our shadow and highlights. Just got home. Hope you had a fun day. Spent about 3 hours at the morning this morning at the course working on my swing. Tell you what, I was really annoyed because I've had a couple of bad rounds and I've let that creep into my swing, right? And what it ended up doing, instead of, letting the club sit down in your fingers like it should and, relaxing, I let the club creep up into the palms of my hands, and I was like choking that fucker to death. And that's why I had no ball control. And when I realized that, I looked at some video, and because I videoed my swing once in a while to see what's happening, I looked at the video and I'm like, you motherfucker. And I realized what was happening, and I fixed my swing in like 10 minutes and was hitting the ball, drawing over and doing everything that I want to do with it again. So, yeah, I was not happy about that. Cuz I've been smashing balls for like 3 4 days after my swing just went to shit, and it wasn't my swing, it's, that one connection point between you and the club that went horribly awry. And that's all it takes in that stupid fucking game is something like that to just totally fuck you. And it does. I mean, I went out and played Friday afternoon, and that was the worst round I've shot this year. I mean, I made the mistake of hitting 250 balls in the morning and then going out in the afternoon and playing around a golf, which I was tired. My back was hurting. It was a really bad idea. But, you know, knowing it was a bad idea didn't stop me from doing what was a really bad idea. Because that's how I roll. I'm sure you can imagine. All right, we need a wick. Now we're going to have to do this like 4 or 5 times to make this work. I knew it was a bad idea, and by the time I got done, I took off Saturday and Sunday. I didn't hit any golf balls. By the time I was done, my back was killing me. And, it was because I just did too much. It was really stupid on my part. And that, shit like that happens. As long as you realize what you're doing is really stupid, the key is to, I guess, not repeat it again. So what we're going to try to do is have this come off. Why is it doing that? See what it's doing? It's coming off really weird. Something's wrong with the brush. Mineral brushes, let's see. Hard round, that's what I want. See what it's doing is, it should be coming out like that, and instead it's picking up brush tip settings, let's see. Size, spacing, hardness, 100%. Shape dynamics, we've got all that shit off. Scattering, texture, dual brush, transfer, what's that going to do? Minimum 100%. There we go. Now let's do this and see if it does what I want it to do. I don't need any jitter, control pen pressure. I want fade. Minimum 100%. Fade. It's just not. I need it to come off at a point. I guess we'll have to live with that. That's not how I want it, but we'll live with that. And then we need to create a purple flame. I think I want to use the vortex brush. And then we need this thing to jitter. So let's start off with base purple, right? And we'll do, tell you what, let's do the hue over here where it's dark. And then this, we'll bring it up a little bit lighter. We'll maintain the hue. Let's see. Brush settings. Color dynamics. It's not jittering. Size jitter, 39%. Control. Should be going back and forth between those colors. So what the fuck am I doing now? Shape dynamics. Color dynamics. Foreground, background, jitter, 20%. There we go. There we go. Brush settings, color dynamics. We've got the jitter going. I don't want the hue to jitter. Well, maybe a little. Let's take the size down a little bit. I'll be honest. I think I'd be better off drawing the fucking flame. Or picking a different brush. It is quicker. But when have I ever been known to do anything the quick way? No, it's got to be purple. It's another purple flame, so we're going to need kind of in there. And I think I'm going to flip over to my soft round, and that'll give me what I need. So let's just go ahead. God damn it. So we did mess with got on this morning and messed with Call of Duty that last hour or so of thank you. To that last hour or so of the beta. I ended up not playing much this weekend, so I never made it to max level for the beta, but that's fine. Well, here's the thing. I really hope. Well, there was a max level. There was 30, and I wanted it to get the last skin. Because that's one of the reasons to do it. In my mind, you do it to get the fucking skin, and then bam, you've got it. So, we didn't get that. Let's zoom out and see how this looks. I think that's fine. Yeah, so there was a last gun skin. You had an operator skin, you had like 2 or 3 gun skins, and you had a couple other things, right? So I picked up everything except for the very last thing that was available. I didn't get that. Which is fine. Do we want to put a stroke on that? I don't think I want a stroke on that. Let's just let that go like that. It looks fine. And I need this candle all over the place. So let's I'm going to make a duplicate of this. We're going to flatten it. That way, if I want to use the base candle in the future, I can. You know, just pull the flame off or change the flame. All right. So now we'll copy and let us zoom in a little bit. We shall paste. Transform. These things are just going to be so small it won't even matter. And let's get rid of the grid. Hit enter for our transformation. Oh, you know what I need to do? View. Let's turn the snap off so I can just place it wherever the hell I want. And transform. Let's rotate. Why not? I tell you what, I hope they fix the skill-based matchmaking. In my opinion, is broken. I mean, I admit every year I get slower on that game, but what screws you is, you know, you have one game that doesn't suck, and you get punished for it for the rest of your life. I had a couple of games that didn't suck, and I just kept getting thrown in, you know, where I didn't need to be thrown in. So that needs to be fixed. They need their skill-based matchmaking to be more like way USGA handles your handicap system. Throw out, you know, those highs and lows and fucking go with your average instead of, wow, they had a good game. Let's fuck them. All right, so I think I'm gonna fix this. Then we're gonna need to come in and create our light. I want these not to be pointing in the same direction. So yeah, we'll see. I may go out and play golf tomorrow in the afternoon, but I'm gonna wait and see. Problem is now it's getting nice out. So all the wimps who wouldn't come out during the summer that made it so it was really awesome to play during the summer, they're like, oh, it's hot, we can't go out. They're going to be out because it's only in the 80s instead of the 90s. So it's going to suck. Summer golf is good and bad. It's good because, all these people won't come out. They're like, it's 97 degrees. I can't play at 2 in the afternoon. I'm like, I can play in 2 hours because all these assholes aren't out. Now, I'm not going to be able to do that. All the little buttercups who would melt in the sun, they'll be out now. Bastards. All right. I'm going to see. I don't think I have anything that's even related to what I need. Yeah. I could probably create a lightning brush, but I'm not going to. So what I need is below the cloud and pillar, because I want it to shoot off and kind of come in like this. So it doesn't go over this. And then we'll create maybe some dark energy looking thing in the middle here. Let's see how we can do this. All right. Let's see what this does. Let's take it up in size just a tad. Okay, that's still purple. I know we don't want that. So let's start off here and kind of. I guess, let me read the description just to make sure of something here. Lines of black energy run between the pillars and the clouds. So I think we're okay. We kind of want to indicate it like that. Kind of like there's black lightning shooting there. It does also say in between the pillars. So let's Kind of go like that. What? Oh. Fuck. We'll redo those. But that's, I think that looks okay. And we put that in the wrong place. So we have the cloud, the pillar. That's what I'm going to do. Turn this into one layer. Layers. I'm going to pull these pillars together in one layer. Candles. All right, now above this layer is where I want that black energy. Screwed that up. Now let's see. There we go. We're going to end up throwing some highlights and stuff on here to make it a little more interesting than just these black shoots of energy. I don't necessarily want them all going in the same direction, so that's why I'm doing it this way. All right, so that gives us our start. Let's go ahead and come in here, tone it down just a little bit, and tell you what we could do. We could even go a little bit lighter, right? Maybe like that. So Tiny, have you been watching The Rings of Power? What do you think so far? And I tell you what, like I was watching it last night, and one of my complaints in the first couple of episodes, I don't know if it's my imagination, but I don't know if you noticed, like the elf's ears looked really freaking flat and low. You know, you couldn't tell that they were elf ears. And it's almost like they changed the prosthetic partway through the show because last night, like the Elrond guy, his ears were looking pointier than they were in the first couple of episodes. I'm like, did somebody yell at them during production and they changed the prosthetics? It was kind of weird. But I swear they look different than they did. Weirdo, how's it going? Struggling to stay awake? Woke up at 5 and it's 10:30? So what do we think? Does that look like beams of black energy shooting? Why'd I close them again? Because they're not working. And I've been busy doing other stuff, so I haven't figured out how to make them work again. I really have to go in and figure that out. All right, now let's see if we can mix in. We'll just call it black. Let's see if we can mix in a little bit here. No, we don't want it to be like that. Take it down. I think what I really want is just this. When I did the upgrade on OBS to the newest version, it messed with my add-ons. So I'm gonna have to go in and do some work. I mean, my Elgato add-on still doesn't work properly. So I've got to go in and I don't know if I like that. I take it back. I know I don't like it. So yeah, I've got to go in and figure out how I need to make them work. Frame drops in his games or their games. That sucks. I don't like that either. I think I'm just going to leave it with the lines going in. I'm just going to leave it like that. All right, now Tessa. She's like, what? She's digging a hole down there, so because she's kind of bratty. You're kind of bratty, Tessa. So what it says, there's 6 cultists in here chanting in unison. Each one stands to a black stone pillar and is focused on a rolling fog cloud 8 feet in diameter. I made it a little bit bigger than it should be, I guess. That floats at the center of the room, 10 feet above the floor. Lines of black energy run between the pillars and the cloud. So I did it so it's basically like a 20-foot cloud. I'm going to leave it like that because I like it. You like them more with a green screen? It does open up more instead of having the stuff in the background. All right. We're going to go with that color there. Oh, you know what we're going to do too? So I don't want this going out into everything else. So we're going to select out areas. And since you're giving off purple light, we need to do this correctly. We want to go bright in here. Oh, it did it anyway. Oh man, I upgraded the everything on here, and it's still doing this bullshit. I'm waiting for that thing to flip up there and say it's disconnected. And it does this stuff. Let's see if this works. Sometimes I just have to do this stupid thing and calibrate, and now it'll work. Tessa, told you not to dig. She's looking at me like, you were serious about that. Yes, I was serious about that. King Arthur Knight's Tale, huh? Tell you what, let's pull that up here. Hybrid between turn-based tactical and traditional character-centric RPGs. Looks like somebody's broadcasting it right now. Doesn't look heinous. Let's watch the trailer.
Welcome to the next chapter of the Knight's Tale.
I'm going to turn that off. Don't watch the DLC video. I'll leave that up there. All right. I think except for shadows, we're done. So let's do our shadows. Our shadows, we're going to pull the same color we used over here. We'll use this brush. I put it on the wrong layer. I want it on the interior shadows layer. Okay. Let's do that again. I think I'm just going to do that. I'm not a real fan of full shadows all the way around because they don't make a lot of sense. But that's what I'm going to do. I think that room's done. Like I said, I made this a little too big, but I'm happy with it. All right. Bam. Done. Oh, you know what? We're not bam done. You're right, Tessa. Let's throw some shadow on the ground underneath of that. That looks better. Yes, it does. She's disagreeing. Oh, you're fine. She's rotten. That's what she is. All right, let's deselect. That room's done. Let me read and make sure that it's done, but I think it's done. That candles, dim light. Oh, you know where I fucked up? So down here, see, it sounds like in the top thing where they describe it, it's like let's read the whole paragraph. So don't care about the fanatics' names. Lines of black energy run between the pillars and the cloud. I think what it means is between literally each pillar and the cloud. Because once we get down here, killing a fanatic deactivates one of the pillars, destroying the line of energy emanating from it and weakening the ritual. When all 6 lines of energy are destroyed, the fog cloud vanishes. All right, so that tells me that what I need is to get rid of this here, these little energy things in between. That looks better. Now it makes sense, especially once we actually read the full description. Much better. Reading is fundamental, isn't it? All right. So that room is done. Oh, awesome. So each cult fanatic, when they die, a shadow assassin rises from them and joins the battle. That would be awesome, except I don't know, they're just not powerful enough. But it's okay. All right, so Area 11 is these tunnels and caverns. I do. I need another layer for lettering. I think what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to make a copy of this. Then I don't need to worry about, oh, what's the font? You know what I mean? And enter. So we'll put that there. Down to level 19. Those are the only two lettering things that I need because I said so. So 11 is done. Well, is it? North tunnel slopes downward, eventually leads to level 19. They kind of indicate on their map there, like rocks and stuff on the ground. I don't think I'm going to do that, though. I think it looks rough enough. We're good. We'll call that done. All right, 12. 12 is freaking weird. So we have 12A, 12B, 12C, and 12D. And it looks like we have a pit here and a pit here. Oh, God. So 12A, bare walls and floors of these connected chambers are covered with bat guano, and the 10-foot high ceiling is made of rough stone. So I need to figure out how I want to represent bat guano. That'll be a new thing to draw. That'll be a pain in the ass. And then 12B is a trap, which I just need to set within this entire area. Has the same thing we had up there, niches with black wax candles with purple light. So all through this zone 12, we're going to have to do that. And that sucks. So we'll figure out where we're going to put those. Images of bat guano? Yeah, I can. I honestly, I prefer if I can just make a brush and put it down. That's one thing I miss with Clip Studio Paint is the ability to create weird brushes. You know, like when we made our bolt brush. Let me open that up. So what was really nice with this is stuff like this. Now, Photoshop works better on map making for a lot of stuff. I'm just going to say it. It really does. But you know, stuff like the cracks where I made the stone brush. The vortex and fire brushes work really well. Where did my bolt brush go? They better not have gone away. That's blood drops. There we go, the metal bolts. So this is something I'm going to open up. This is something you really can't do inside of Photoshop, or I haven't figured out how to do it yet. So like, let's say we had a metal floor and we wanted to draw this bolt. It'll just drop that bolt every, you know, X number of feet, and it works really well. Yeah, you can just even do like this and it'll create it in a straight line. So, you know, for some stuff, I really, really like this fucking program. But I'm so pissed off over the new licensing coming up. I guess I could run version 1 forever. I don't know. All right, so area 12, we're going to need to create those niches. What happened here? There we go. I'm going to shrink this in because we know it's not there. We've got that wall layer down there. Our stone wall shelves. And I think we can just come in and do what we did before, where we use a round brush, set the opacity to 100%, turn that flow crap off. Need that active. And I guess let's go through and create these stone niches. So it looks like this is kind of weird because it doesn't really indicate that these things are everywhere. I think take a look at something. Yeah, that grid's not helping. So that's good. On the plus side, I am not in a rush to get this map done. My group isn't playing on Wednesday this week because two of the members are going to a concert on Wednesday. This goes down here. This is 12B over here. So I do get a little more time than anticipated to finish this map, which is always good. Oops, wrong button. I keep this as close to centered on those lines as possible so it doesn't look too sloppy. Yeah, I don't think the group really realizes the amount of time that goes into these things. It used to be a lot quicker. Let's admit it. This will be perfect here. It used to be quicker when I used Dungeon Draft, but the maps didn't look as nice. So, there's that. And I know there are people out there that make nice maps with Dungeon Draft, but I'm going to be honest, they all look the same because they're all using like Forgotten Realms and Tom Cardos assets. So there's very little difference between them except maybe techniques they'll use to lay the assets down. But I mean, let's be honest. If everybody's using the same assets from the same group of people or groups of people, there's not a lot of originality there. And I'm sure it's their DMs who get their panties in a bunch because I'm saying it's not original, but it's not. And that's why I ended up deciding to do it this way because I was licensed to use Forgotten Adventures assets, and you know what? I opted to say I'd rather make my own. Granted, it takes more time, but nobody else can say they've got my shit. I think what I'm going to do is this. We're going to stop it there and there. Now, you know what? I'm going to let this hallway leading in have the candles as well. Why not? Because they're not real good with the labeling on this zone. So let's do that. All right. This is 12D. I think I'm going to let these hallways be lit as well. I'm just going to consider this whole little hallway area 12. I guess the bad thing is it just means it's a lot more of those candles we have to drop. But you know what? We made them. Let's use them. Uh-oh. Is it going to work? And this map's another one of those maps that's going to fall into the I'm giving away map instead of including it as a Patreon map because I don't want to fall into the trap of intellectual property. So I can give it away. What the fuck just happened there? This is really, tell you what, file, let's save it because it's getting weird. See where it just did that selection on that layer? I don't like that. Makes me nervous when weird things happen. Control D, deselect. All right, there we go. It's going to be a shit ton of purple candles on here. Or black candles with purple flames. A metric shit ton. What just happened? All right. I love when weird shit happens. Doesn't make me nervous at all. So yeah, we'll decide what we're doing tomorrow. I have a feeling I'll up at 5 again tomorrow. Better get your sleep. Well, I'll be on tomorrow morning. And then I think in the afternoon I'm gonna go play golf. Weather's turning, so it's a good time to go. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of what happens when you're doing the stuff in here. It's like, shit, when did I save? Because I turned autosave off on this just because I don't want it like every 15 minutes doing a massive save. Because you saw how long it takes for that save to finish. Okay, once I finish these sconces through this hallway zone, I'll do a save. But I'm not a fan of having it auto save for me. Not a problem. I'm only going to be streaming for a couple hours tomorrow anyway, because like I said, the plan is to stream while my daughter is in class, and then I'll come home. Oh, I might not be able to play golf tomorrow. I got to check something. I think there's something on my calendar that interferes with that, so I might be streaming in the afternoon too. Take a break and then get back on and work on it some more. I do want to get this map done so we can get to some other maps that I do want to make. These things are all lining up perfectly. I think once I finish these little candle shelves, I'm probably going to save and then get off and go start working on dinner. And it is 5, so that's probably why Tessa's whining. She wants her pills. In other words, she wants a treat. Right, Tessa? If Luna was in here, she'd be going off. She knows when it's that time of day. All right, so let's do this hallway here. I think that's it. And I need to put a blockade across here because that's to the expanded dungeon. So that's all of Area 12. Area 12 is those hallways and some traps and shit that are in there. So that's good. Tomorrow we'll lay down the candles, and I'm going to save since we've finished that. Tomorrow we'll lay the candles down, and we'll light this hallway up, and then we'll move into rooms 13. Looks like there could be either pillars or statues in there. I know in 18, that's the statues that I prepped something for, a reference image. 33 has 3 different statues we have to make. 32 has 2 different statues, I believe. We have a lot of statues to make. That's why this thing's taken so long, because, you know, we had to do the dead body on the Chaise Lounge. We had to do the statue of Shar. This took a little bit of time. I think it looks not horrible. And then we had to do this, which has like 2 elven statues, male and a female, going shh. You know, is the clue as to why they need to what they need to do to open up that portal. But you know, and these statues always take me time, and doing the bodies take me time. But that's going to be it for now. I'm going to go ahead and go start working on dinner. We'll be on tomorrow, I'm guessing between like 10 and 12:30. And then if I can't play golf, then I'll probably be on around 1:30 until I have to go out in the afternoon, because I think I have something on my schedule. But that'll be it. Everybody have an awesome rest of your day. Catch you tomorrow and we get more work done on this damned map. Have an awesome night, everybody.